So I said I would go live, so here we are. I am out by my pool, and that's the mural that my friend painted for me. So you can kind of see it. I'll show you it better in a sec. So I wanted to show you how to use the foot wakers. So a woman named Yamuna made these, and it's for stimulating bone and releasing the muscle tissue as it starts on the bone and then as it goes to the other end. So kind of like imagine if you were eating ribs and you pulled off, and you can see where the meat's being pulled off the bone. We're following the meat trail. So we're stimulating where the muscle attaches, the tendon, so that it'll give a full release all the way on the other end of the bone. So in the instance of the feet, that's the foundation of your whole body. We want to make sure that you're earthquake proof. Kind of like the Japanese came in, they got to make sure all the buildings aren't going to fall down with all the earthquakes. So we're going to make sure your body is earthquake proof. So the little foot, sorry, my feet are kind of dirty. It's summer, so you'll forgive me. But a lot of your muscles in your leg attach right at this spot, the calcaneus. And that's a spot that a lot of people talk about hurting and getting sore at the end of the day. So we're gonna start with our waker at this little point right here at the top of the dome. So I'm gonna be standing on it. It's gonna go right there, just like that. Okay, and then the next spot we're gonna follow this edge of the sole here. So we're gonna do this outer edge and then come along the toes. So I'll show you real quick, and then I'll show you what oils to put on your feet. Let's see if you guys can see my feet from here. Can you see my feet? Let's see if I put it down here, if that's better. Yeah. So here is my fast fitness routine in the morning. So normally I'm standing where I can put my hands on a chair or like the countertop, and I'm hip width apart, and I'm gonna put my heel right at the top of the dome here. So I'm gonna just rock back and forth just a little bit. So we're just softening up so that when you're walking, you're not like slamming your foot down and making your whole body hurt. So we're doing that. So then we're gonna shift our weight from foot to foot. I'm just shifting position so you guys can see a little bit better. So I'm still center heel, and I'm gonna breathe, and I'm gonna shift my weight just over to one foot and rock back. So I'm getting more pressure by switching my weight. If I want to go advanced, then I'll try to go pinky, ring toe, middle toe, index toe, big toe. Kind of get some piano toe action going in here. And then I'll shift my weight. I'm just showing off, that's really advanced. And I'll shift my weight and I'll do the other foot. I might just go kitty pad, toes, toes, kitty pad. Or I could do my piano toes. My left foot's a little smarter than my right. Now I'm gonna step back a little bit. So instead of the waker being right at the center of my foot, it's gonna go just in front of the heel, so it's right at this edge here. So if your feet are really in bad shape, you can do this sitting. You don't have to go gung-ho like this. I've been doing it a few years, so my foot is now, instead of starting here, it's here, right at the top of the dome. So I do the same thing. I'm just gonna shift my weight to one foot, rock back, reach my toes forward, rock back, reach forward, shift my weight to the left foot, rock back, spread those toes, and come back. It's not horribly difficult. And then I'm gonna step into the kitty, I call it the kitty pad, the bean pad of your foot. So I'll show you from the side so it looks, so you can see better. So now my heels are not on the ground, and I'm kind of gonna, like, almost like I'm putting out a cigarette with my foot. I'm gonna squish so that I can really catch the tissue, and I'm gonna wrap my toes forward and then drop my heels down. So for those of you with Achilles tendon issues, this is gonna be a nice stretch. It's real good for the calves. And then I'm gonna come up like I've got stilettos on. I'm gonna squish like I'm putting out my cigarettes again. And then you might even just, if you have lower back issues, don't bend down like I'm doing right now. But this is an opportunity. Because I wear sandals, I tend to get swiggly toes. And you'll notice in the aging process on older people, their toes get all bunched together. So I'm just trying to unbunch them, and then I'm gonna put my heels back down. Now, I'm gonna come to, how can I show you guys this best? Maybe if I stand, no. I'll just show you. So I'm gonna do just the pinky, and I'm gonna put it on the side. Usually this side is like up against the cabinet in the kitchen, but I'm showing you freestyle, you know. So my little pinky is stretched up so that the tendon underneath is stretching. So when you first do this, it might hurt like hell. But you know, the alternative is that, you know, like the elderly, like they're walking around with their feet all stuck together and then they can't walk right. So then I do the middle toes. I'll show you what that looks like. And then I can lift my heel, only if you can. If you can't, don't do it. You just gotta work up to it. I have specifically amazing feet because I've been doing this for a couple years. And then I do the big toe. And then I just do that. If you do this in the morning and do it before you go to bed for like a whole week, your feet will feel so freaking amazing. Okay, so I'm doing my pinky again, and then I just do a little bend. And I'm gonna do my ring toe and middle toe. So I'm doing my toes because I don't have lower back issues, so I'm just like, can do this. You can do it in a chair if you want. But if you have lower back issues, don't bend down like I'm doing like this. Just, you know, put your hands on the counter in the kitchen and just do it with this up against the bottom of the kitchen cabinet. And then I do the big toe. See, this doesn't take very long. It would have taken me less time, but I'm trying to explain, you know, and show you. So that is the basic of getting your toes nice and open. Here is something I do to help with opening my feet up before I go on a walk. Let's see if you guys can see me. So I'll step forward. You just put the heel down, and I'm gonna trace the outside of my foot. Pinky goes down first, then ring toe, middle toes, big toe, and then rock back. You could kind of do like a little hamstring stretch. Reach forward, bend your knee, pinky, ring, middle toe, big toe, and then back. So you kind of do this little thing. If you can get the back foot involved, I'm not putting weight on my big toe. I am putting weight on my ring and pinky toe. So this is touching the ground, but this is where my weight is gonna go. So my foot's forward, my back foot comes up, my weight's on my pinky and my ring toe, come down, rock back, hamstring stretch. And then you switch feet. So center heel, bend the knee, reach forward, press the heel, pinky, ring toe, middle toe, big toe, rock back, hamstring stretch. Come forward. Now my back foot's involved. Don't let your back foot go like this or like this. You're trying to like look down and make sure it's straight, and you're gonna put weight in that pinky and ring toe. Pinky, ring toe, lift, rock heel back, hamstring stretch. So you see how this would be amazing for getting your feet ready for walking. So hopefully that wasn't too crazy an explanation. And what I use before I go to bed for my feet with oils is the Deep Blue stick. And now they make it with copaiba. Copaiba is like akin to CBD, except CBD can come from like weird places where you don't actually know if it's the right plant. Copaiba comes from Brazil from like a maple syrup tap. And it's meant for pain and inflammation, things like that. And the Deep Blue blend, of course, we know. I like the stick. It's less messy, so then I just roll it and do my heels. Especially if I've worked out, I'm gonna do my Achilles, bottom of my feet. And then if you're a foot cramp person, this will stop you from getting foot cramps. So I like doing the Deep Blue. I also really like the Aroma Touch blend. This is for like circulation and swelling and nerve pain. If you know anyone with like, what's that called, where you get your feet get really cold in the winter? Maybe if somebody remembers, they can put it in the chat. There's a word for it though, where like you specifically have super duper cold feet in the winter. Or if they have circulation issues, then that'll really help, this Aroma Touch one. So this is for nerve sensitivity and circulation and for pain relief. So these are amazing together that I use for my feet. So don't do the oils before you do the foot fitness with the foot wakers, because then your feet will just slide right off. You need to have them be like grippy. I'm gonna do my other foot. Let me see. Any questions, my friends? I really would like to get more into the specifics of different kinds of feet problems and walking patterns and how you can rehab your movements. Because I want people to have longevity in their body. If you're not going to make different changes in the way that you move and you do that same thing, you know, your body doesn't stay young forever, and that pattern is going to start breaking down. Like imagine, you know, if the alignment is off on your car, then it starts to wear your tires like more, right? Because the metal is hitting the rubber in a weird way. It's the same thing with human bodies. Like you have to get it aligned so that all the little stuff bends the way it's supposed to. So yeah, oh, Lisa's on there. Lightning restless leg. Yeah, so doing the Aroma Touch and the Deep Blue. So restless leg is actually a gut issue. When I used to be a colon hydrotherapist, it was from not having enough movement and circulation in the intestines. So I would do the oils on the belly. I would do lavender, or I would do a blend called Digestin. And then I would do, because the nerve endings to your spine come from your lower back, so do the Deep Blue on your middle back. So yeah, I'm out of breath. I was a little bit nervous getting on here to do it. I've really been wanting to talk about like how I take care of my body. I use all different kinds of tools, and specifically the foot wakers have really helped me in my scoliosis pattern and helping with the, I call it my Tigger tail, making sure that my spine has dynamic bounce, you know, and when people walk heavy or, you know, different patterns, then it just slams every joint in your body. So the lighter we can make our step, like a ninja, the less impact we have on our joints going forward. So love y'all.